people have to be careful when it comes to like this whole there's a difference between leading with love and then leading with your butt cheeks out. And when I say that, because sometimes people will like love bomb people. And I don't know if you know what love bombing is by chance.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Or what does love bombing mean to you, if you don't mind giving your definition?
Right. So love bombing to me is like, okay, so you'll show, okay, how do I put this? So to me, and you can tell me if I'm wrong about this, but to me it's almost like you're showing love every now and again, and you're kind of like giving someone the impression of that you love them all the time, but you really only love them in certain circumstances, if that makes sense.
And you're not wrong, because like I said, I asked you for your own definition, but I also have different signs of like love bombing. So this is important because this can end up being liberating from people, because one, you could be doing this to somebody else because you don't know you're doing it, or somebody could be doing it to you and you don't know that you're falling for it. So for my notes, I have, they make grand romantic gestures, give extravagant gifts. They always compliment you. They promote excessive communication. They request constant attention. Excessive communication. We live around the world. I want to know how y'all are doing. They demand commitment. Sometimes when people, and a lot of like cult-like leaders will demand this, where they'll be like, I'll share a secret with you. Now you gotta share a secret with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just trusted you with this. You know what I'm saying? It's that you did something out of a performance to make somebody else feel like it was an obligation to then give you something. You know what I'm saying? So that's why like I'm very careful when it comes to like being transparent, especially with like my new relationships, because there's a difference between being vulnerable and being naked with people. You don't gotta get naked. Please don't get naked in front of me. That's my only rule on the podcast, is just, smoke a blizzy, drink a little bit of wine, but don't get naked. I don't want to do that. And try not to get canceled. They resist your boundaries. That's love bombing. You know what I'm saying? They think like, oh, it's that it's that you don't really know what space you really need. Sound familiar? A lot of people do this. You know what I'm saying? They make soulmate claims. So like people on a like going back to like that romantic sense, where they'll be like, oh, well, the stars are aligning and my horoscope said this. And it's just like, hey, it happens. It happens. It's performance based. I'm telling you, you can find this like literally anywhere. It's that proclamation without application leads to procrastination. You know what I'm saying? They say, I love you very quickly. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, that one hit for you, huh?
Oh yeah.
Oh man.
It's almost like what you're saying right now is like manipulation, right?
Yeah.
So it's like,
it's a form of gaslighting, which is performance based.
right.
It's performance based love. You're giving somebody an inferior sense of security,
Right.
just so you can get something out of them, whether it's the money, whether it's the booty, whether it's I'm just gonna keep it $1.50. It can be like you're trying to get incentive out of it, but you're not allowing them to even. You're not even allowing them to really know what you're asking them for, because you're throwing something else as a deflection. You see this with pastors. You see this with CEOs. You see this with people like managers, when they're like, oh, I know you've needed money. This is that and the third. Here's this. I'll give you money for this. But then like you don't realize like that. And this never happened to me, but like I've heard of instances where like they'll give you money and then you look the other way and you compromise your morals and you just got love bombed. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than throwing a steak to a dog when you're trying to sneak into an abandoned lot or something like that. But yeah, it's basically manipulation, which is gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to give them a false perception into something that really isn't what it really is, but you're not allowing them to even consent to saying yes or no to it, because you're wrapping it up in a nice little gift. Love bombing.
Right. That's like one example I've heard is the dude who he'll tell the girl that he loves them, and then she'll say, "Oh, I love you too," and then he's like, "Okay, if you love me, you'll have sex with me," right? That's like classic manipulation.
That part.
You know what I mean? Like that's what it is. Like you're only telling someone something to gain. And to me, that's like just manipulation. That's what it is.
Yep. You putting them on a pedestal. You make them feel like they're special. Oh, you're not like the other ones.
Right. Yeah.
We see this with some of our cousins. Oh, you're not like the other Negroes. You're special. You know what I'm saying? Master picked your mom. Like picked. That sounds crazy.
Yeah.
But you no. Hey. Am
No,
I
it's
lying?
true. It's true. Yeah.
If you're a dude and you're trying to proposition a girl, you treat the rest of her best friends like crap. I'm not saying I've done this. You treat the rest of her best friends like crap, but you treat her like she's the best thing since sliced bread. You know what I'm saying? They make you feel like you're being saved. People that will like do something that is completely charitable, but absolutely they want you to know they did it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like a lot of people will do that. Like, as you said earlier, like, I'm not saying like you do this, but a lot of people will give because they want the credit afterwards. They will give because they want a receipt afterwards. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm kind of torn in between too, because I want to know who does something good for me because I want to personally thank them. But then also I do get turned off when people do it and it seems like they're doing it in a way that they want everybody around them to know they gave it to you. Yeah, love bombing. You know what I'm saying? They're good at saying what you want. They are good at saying what they want you to hear. If someone's attitude, behavior, beliefs, or humor is not consistent, they forgot what mask they were wearing. Let's go to the faith real quick, or we'll Christians. You know what I'm saying? They'll be in church, hallelujah, till like 12 o'clock. Then they go to Walmart or be in the buffet, be like, you dirty sons of biscuits. Like, and then like you see him, you're like, nigga, like you was just helping that old, like you was just helping my grandma in the car. And now you out here telling people that their mother should have swallowed them. Like, who is this?
Yo, that's so true.
Who is this
That's
dude?
so true.
Who is this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, hey. Ask Tyler. Tyler and me talk literally like, if not every day through message, we talk every other day at bare minimum through Zoom. I'm like this all the time.
Right.
This is me. All right, hate it or love it, but that happens a lot even in the faith, because people there's this old quote from this anime I used to watch. It's called Psychopaths, and one of the questions that they asked is, do chameleons have personalities? It's that you have to change with the environment. You have to change in these spaces. Sometimes it can be, I'll relate this to like people of color, for instance. Sometimes we'll code switch. It's a coping mechanism. You know what I'm saying? We'll code switch and it's a coping mechanism. If you're trying not to seem impoverished, you'll buy the most decked out gear, and when you're around these folk, but then the minute they're not around, you'll go back home and your wife doesn't know that you just swiped her credit card, and you take that watch off that still got the receipt on it. You take that rental car back to that BMW you don't really drive, and you got a Ford Taurus. You know what I'm saying? That's performance-based love. You know what I'm saying? And you're hurting. And once again, I don't think people realize that you're hurting you and the other person, because you're trying to be something for somebody else so they can love you. And then for the other person, they're starting to fall in love with you, and that ain't even you. You know what I'm saying? They don't know your real morality clause. They don't know your real values. They don't know your family. They don't know, like, man, I know, I'm not even kidding. And me and this dude ain't cool anymore, so I'll talk about it publicly. There was this dude who had a whole pretend family when he was trying to holler at this chick. I'm not even kidding. Listen, hear me out. He, like, I'm talking, this sounds nuts. I'll clip this up just for TikTok, and he's a scumbag, so that's fine. But he used to take this girl he was trying to holler at to like his homeboys, one of our mutual homeboys' house. And these people got money. You know what I'm saying? They got money, they got cars for days, they got TVs. decked out in the hallway, like, you know what I'm saying? They got like intercom systems. The house is decked out. They had a whole pretend family, borrowed somebody's little sister and everything. Like, this is my little sister. And then she was like, "Where's your room? Take me to your room." And then like it was super weird. But here's the thing. You are creating this false reality for yourself and for other people, but you don't really live in it. Which can sometimes be a form of idolatry, because you're trying to live something that you can't have. You know what I'm saying? You're trying to live something that you can't have yet, or you're trying to live something that is somebody else's. Once again, you're staring at somebody else's plate and you're letting your plate go cold. That's dangerous. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm not even kidding. That was wild. Like, it was nuts. Like, you know how he messed up though? Like, he went to go take one of the cars out. The boy didn't know how to drive. He didn't know how to drive stick, so he burned the clutch out. And he burned the clutch out. He said that thing was smoking down the road, and he called me.
Yo,
he's like, Casper, I burned the clutch out of the GTI. Help me. And it's a manly thing. I don't know how to drive stick. Don't call me. You called the wrong one. You should have got on YouTube. Like, and that's super, super dangerous, man.